you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a full day of eating. A what I eat in a day. A full day of yumminess. Now, these are my favorite videos to make. I also think they're your favorites to watch, so it's going to be good. So as well as loads of yumminess, I'm also just going to have a little bit of chat about macros, a little bit of an update on where I'm currently at, what I'm currently doing, what is just going on, because I feel like I've not given like a little update for ages and you guys keep asking me. So that will be coming, as well as lots of yumminess. But first, it's breakfast time. It's 8:30, so I've just got back from walking Tobes and I'm gonna make a coffee and pancakes. Okay, so for my pancakes, this is what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna be using some oats. I'm gonna use probably about 50 grams, but you can totally use more if you want to. I'm also gonna be using a whole banana. I've got an egg. I'm gonna do a teaspoon of this ground sweet cinnamon, which is literally delicious, so that's going in there. Also some baking powder, a teaspoon of baking powder, just because it helps make them nice and fluffy. And then I'm going to cook up for the side some turkey bacon. So this is going to be my protein sauce. You know that I've raved about this so much. I just love it. I think it is super yummy. You can totally throw protein powder in with this if you didn't want to do like a side of something. I just love bacon and pancakes, so that is what is going to be going down. And I'm literally just going to pop it all in my NutriBullet and blend it up and then fry it on the frying pan. Okay, it is mid-morning, which means it is officially snack time, and I'm gonna make my new kind of healthy energy ball recipe. I was never an energy ball gal, never enjoyed them much until I had a play at making my own. I'm gonna be honest, it was a bit of trial and error of just throwing a load of stuff into a blender and seeing what sticks, seeing what works. But I can't complain because they've come out super yummy. If you haven't got the exact ingredients that I've got, don't stress, because I do think that you can totally freestyle with what you've got. The reason why I love them is because they're so chocolatey and peanutty and just yumminess. I always keep them in the fridge so they stay like nice and crunchy and cold, and they're just a great snack to have there when I'm feeling a craving or I'm hungry and I want a snack, but I don't want to reach for something that's maybe not as like nutritionally dense. We've all been there. I've been there a lot recently, so I thought I'd just share what this little recipe is so you guys can have a play if you want to. But yeah, healthy energy balls coming up in a sec. Okay, so ingredient wise for the energy balls, I'm gonna be using some of this MyProtein peanut butter. This is literally my favorite peanut butter. It is so chunky and yummy, so that is going to be a big portion of the balls. I'm also going to be using some coconut oil, which I'm going to melt a little bit. I've got some honey, some chopped dates. You can buy whole dates, I just prefer these packs because I just think they're so much easier, and everything is already like a little bit chopped up in there for you. So if you're blending it together, it's just a little bit quicker and easier. And then finally, I'm going to be using some cacao powder. So I'm literally gonna throw everything in my little blender thing over here and just pulse it together. The only thing that I'm going to be doing something with before that is just melting up the coconut oil. I feel like loads of you as well ask me, how do you actually create or like track and know what's in recipes? So I just thought I'd actually show you this. This is just in MyFitnessPal, but you can create recipes and you can basically add all of the ingredients in, and it gives you the macro breakdown of like a portion. So if I was making 15 bowls, which is about what this is going to make, that's the macro breakdown. So that's just like a little hack if you want to have a play with your own recipes and you want to know what's in stuff. I've just had one of those energy balls and they are literally the yummiest thing in the world. I'm actually addicted. I've got about 25 minutes until a live workout I'm doing on Instagram with you guys, so I thought I'd have it as like a little pre-workout snack, because I'm probably not going to have lunch by the time the workout's finished until like 2ish, half 2, so a little bit later on. But I promised you guys I'd give you a little bit of an update on everything in terms of macros and just where I'm currently at and what is going on. I always say that macros are a totally personal thing, but at the same time, I know it's kind of interesting. So I just think I'd rather just be like transparent and tell you guys where I'm at and what I'm currently at. But what I would say is that it's totally unique to me. So please don't copy what I'm doing. Just take it as like a little bit of insight information or whatever you want to do with it. I've always been really open in saying that for me personally, macros have massively helped my journey. They've transformed my relationship with food, as in they've just helped me make sure that I'm fueling myself with enough food and fueling myself in the right way towards the goals that I'm working towards in terms of muscle gain and all of that stuff. So I think it can be an incredible tool, but I would say I only use it as a tool. It's not something to rule my life by or to get obsessed over the numbers. And if you struggle to not see it as like an educational tool and you use it in like a negative way, then I 100% would not recommend it. But if you do feel like you can use it for education purposes, it can be great, even if you just use it for a short period to get an idea, or even if you just figure out roughly what your macros would be, but then you eat intuitively to try and eat towards those rather than tracking. It's totally up to you. I just think having some idea of your energy balance and where you need to be for the goal. So if your goal is fat loss, obviously you're going to be looking to be in a slight calorie deficit. If your goal is more muscle gain, you're going to be looking to be in a slight calorie surplus. If you're just living your best life somewhere in the middle like I am at the moment, you're just going to be around maintenance. But understanding what your total daily energy expenditure is kind of important of figuring out how you then figure out whatever those numbers are going to be. I always feel a little bit wary going into too much detail around numbers and stuff, because I know it is totally personal, and although I have a very positive and good relationship with it, I know that for some people it doesn't work for them. For some people it triggers negative emotions, or you know, it just doesn't work. So like I said, my current goals are kind of just living my best life, getting a little bit stronger, and just hanging out somewhere around that middle point. I know a few months ago I made a video just saying that I'm not buying into this idea anymore personally of going on these big cuts and these big bulks and kind of being one end of the spectrum all the time. I just want to chill out around my happy middle point. If I want to pull things in a little bit, I can. If I want to push things up a little bit, I can. But for the most part, I just sit around this like little middle area, which feels really good. So current calories are around 2,200 to 2,300, somewhere around that kind of rough area. That's probably for me around maintenance. I do feel like my energy expenditure has been a little bit higher recently because I've been doing the live workouts with you guys, and just I feel like I've actually been more active in lockdown because I feel like I've been conscious of not being active, if that makes any sense at all. Still aiming for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and still having around 25% of my calories coming from fats, and then the remainder being made up from my carbs. So yeah, that is currently roughly where I'm at. I popped that on the screen somewhere what that actually turns out at, but yeah, that's just me being super honest and where I'm at the moment. That is feeling good for me right now. If it doesn't feel good, I will totally change it. But yeah, I've now only got about 10 minutes until this live workout starts, and it's going to be a sweaty one. It's going to be a full body one, which is going to be sweaty, so I need to go and get myself ready. But that is the macro update. I will catch back up with you guys for lunch after the sweaty session. Okay, so for lunch I'm going to have this kind of like picky selection plate kind of set up. So I've got the rest of the turkey bacon that I cooked this morning because I might as well just use up what's left there. I'm gonna have one of these like flatbread style things which I'm gonna pop in the toaster. I've got some hummus, some tomatoes, lettuce, and a little bit of light feta that I'm just gonna make like a little mini like side salad, and I'm also gonna chop up a carrot to have with my hummus as well. And yeah, just have like a bit of a picky lunch, but just put it all together on the plate. So let's do it.
Never thought you would take over my mind, 'cause I've been lost, but I'm giving you all of my time. Isn't that good enough? Changing my patterns a lot. Yeah, I never thought I'd be sitting here wrapped in your arms. So let go of the things you hear. I'm not going anywhere without you, so put a little faith in me, though you're scared. No, I made it hard for you, but I can't. Now I wanna make you part.
Okay, this is George's lunch. He has got a bagel with turkey bacon, 2 slices of bread, and he's making an egg over there, which is coming in a second. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty there. What would you describe this dish as? I mean, what is going on?
A bit of ketchup.
So ketchup's coming now. There we go. There we go. That is a thing of beauty.
Thought you would take over my mind, 'cause I've been lost, but I'm giving you all of my time. Isn't that good enough? Changing my patterns a lot. Yeah, I never thought I'd be sitting here wrapped in your arms.
Okay, so it is now the afternoon. I've been cracking on with some work. I'm still in my gym gear. Don't hate me. I'm gonna have a little snack. So I've made myself a coffee. It's actually a decaf coffee, but I've made myself a coffee. I've also got a banana, and then I also have some party rings because, I mean, come on, you know I'm obsessed with them. So a few biscuits, a banana, and a coffee. That is my afternoon snack. I'm not doing a proper session later because obviously I did the live session at lunchtime with you guys on Instagram, but I'm going to do a little bit of like a stretching mobility session just because I'm really feeling a lot of fatigue in my muscles at the moment, and I just find it really helps. So a little bit of like a wiggle, kind of like a yoga-y mobility, something super gentle, just to like stretch myself out because I feel like I really need it. In terms of like timing foods around workouts and stuff, I know what I'm about to do isn't a workout, but I do tend to try and use my carbs around my workouts because they help give me lots of energy. So things like a banana pre-workout is amazing. So yeah, that is what is going down. Snacking, working, and then I'll check back in with you guys probably around dinner time. Okay, so comfies are on and it is officially dinner time. So I'm gonna take you downstairs and show you what is going down for dinner. We're actually having pizzas this evening, like homemade tortilla pizza things, which are super yummy. So I can't wait to show you guys that. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I feel like I just keep wearing the brightest colors that I've got because they're just giving me so much life at the moment. These, by the way, we need to have a conversation about these. These were a quarantine purchase. I don't really know what's going on, but all I can say is they're the best decision I ever made. Like, seriously, they are giving me so much life. Dinner is gonna go down. We need to get Toad's dinner too. Are you hungry? We're gonna get Toby's tea, we're gonna get our tea. We're gonna make pizzas. Pizzas. Do you want pizza? Okay, so healthy pizzas are going down for dinner. So this is what we're looking at ingredients wise. We're going to be starting with these as our base. So just some white tortillas. Try and get the biggest ones you can because obviously that's your pizza base, but you can totally use any wrap you fancy. Then we're going to pop some of this pizza sauce on. It's just a tomato and herb pizza sauce. I just found it in Tesco's, but you can also just use regular chopped tomatoes or tomato puree. A bit of Italian seasoning, just some herbs if you want to throw that in with the sauce as well when you kind of spread it over the base. And then topping wise, we've got a whole mix going on. So we've got some pepperoni, we've got some grilled chicken that we cooked up, and we'll just save the leftovers for like lunch boxes and stuff. Eggs taste amazing on the top of pizza, so we've got some eggs. We've also got some regular cheddar and also some high protein cheese. I know I've raved about that cheese so many times, but it's just great at like adding some protein. So if you were just going for like pepperoni, for example, you could totally use that cheese and then still get loads of protein in there. And also we've got some greens, some spinach, which we can just like throw on top. So this is what is going down. It's gonna be good. Okay, so it is officially the best part of the day because it is pudding time. So the ice cream drawer has just been raided and I pulled out this little mini tub of Haagen-Dazs, which I'm gonna sit and have. I'm probably gonna get some chocolate buttons as well because I'm just really craving them right now. If you're an OG subscriber, you will know that I am so obsessed with like mini things. I love like mini packets of buttons, mini ice creams, like just anything that's like already a small snack size portion, because I just find it really helps that it's already a portion and I haven't got to have the self-control with like a whole tub of ice cream because I struggle with that. When it comes to things like my macros and stuff, I really don't stress about days being perfect. I think, as I said earlier, I always use it as like a tool for education and to help rather than something that's going to bring me rules and restriction and just make me feel stressed and yeah, like restricted and stuff. So I try and take things quite flexibly. If some days I feel like a little bit more, I have a little bit more. If I feel like a little bit less, I have a little bit less. So I try and kind of like go with the flow a little bit, and then just over the course of a week those averages pretty much even out. So yeah, looking at things like weekly averages rather than obsessing over days being perfect, I think is a really big piece of advice. I feel like that's about it. I'm gonna go back to the sofa, have my ice cream and my buttons, which I'm gonna go and raid the fridge for somewhere. If you don't put chocolate in the fridge, we can't be friends. Please do make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you did enjoy it, because it helps support my channel and helps let me know that you guys actually like these videos, because trust me, they do take a while to make. So hopefully you guys do like them, and I'll see you guys in the next one. It is now ice cream and chill time.